What up, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adrian and we are locked in. This is episode 6, The Brother, Clickbait. Now we seen in episode 5, the reporter being, he was just doing everything. And we got introduced to the brother just a little bit. But we did see at the end of the episode, he was locked in and focused because we're going to figure out what happened to my sister and I'm going to go get revenge one way or another. But before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you'll be a part of it. Hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, the brother. One thing we know about the brother is he smokes weed. It looked like good weed. We know he has stamina because he chased a man in a car. But is this guy violent? Is he going to get revenge for his sister is what we want to know. Simon is Sarah's brother. This is 6 months prior to everything happening. Now, he works at a little place. It looked like an internet website or something where they delete, spam and perverted stuff. But while he's there, he's sitting there, delete, skip, ignore, delete. He's telling the computer to do certain things. His sister pops up online and he tunes into it. Looks like she has a webcam and he done hacked into it. Now she's on the phone and it sounds like she's on the phone with Nick with one of his fake website accounts. And she's talking and he's watching her. So he texts her like, oh man, she's online talking to somebody again. So he texts her, hey, where you at? She's like, oh, I'm at work. So she's lying to him. He must know his sister. She must have something like mentally wrong with her, or she's just not the brightest upstairs. Cause he's like, man, quit talking to these dudes online. Being that this is his job, he knows there's weirdos out there. And if you're not meeting somebody in person, nowadays, probably a catfish. Let's just be honest. If you ain't video chatting with them, they ain't sending you like a live video or something, it's probably a catfish. But she's lying. He's like, when are you finished? Because he wants to see her. He wants to get her to stop talking to whoever she's talking to. He goes to the house and he's like, hey, Sarah, I see you're glowing. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? You must have a dude in your life. She's like, yeah, his name is Jeremy. So he's like, all right, a dude named Jeremy. I'm going to have to look around at this because I just don't believe my sister is talking to some guy and never met him. I haven't met him. So he's looking out for his sister. And most people, look, when you meet somebody online, if you're on a dating website, have them send you a video, do something, write something down to make it sure that it's them because you're going to get catfish. And if you meet somebody for the first time, make it in a public place, never one-on-one. Now we're present day. The interview from Ben just came out. Simon's friend Daryl was here. He's like, hey, man, where did they get those messages from, man? The cops, they gonna know about this stuff. He's like, man, a reporter broke in my house and took Sarah's phone. He's like, well, can we call the police? No, we can't call the police. That means these two must have had something to do with it. And he's like, hey, we're gonna have to just figure it out from here. But as of right now, they got Sarah's phone. Now, Detective Roshan drives up to Sacramento. They're not that far apart, maybe like an hour 15. And he rides up there to talk to Simon. And, okay, Simon, I'm from Oakland PD. If I'm Simon, first thing I would have said, first of all, I ain't talking to no police without a lawyer present. And second of all, we in Sacramento, the Sac town. This ain't Oakland. You ain't got no jurisdiction up here. Don't be coming up here talking to me without going through the Sacramento, the police department. Who are you? I'm not talking to you. But he's like, okay, let's have a little conversation. Now, the detective, he's asking the questions. Okay, your sister Sarah, how close were y'all? Well, we drifted apart a little bit, Younger, we were super close, but then things happened. Now, the detective Roshan's kind of digging. And he's like, okay, where were you at the day Nick came up missing? Now, you can kind of tell that Simon is lying. He's like, well, actually, I went fishing. Me and my homeboy Daryl, and we was catching some shad. So now he brought Daryl. We seen Daryl. Daryl looked like a loser, a reject. So can we really trust him? But he's gonna have Daryl understand what's going on and cooperate this alibi if they come and talk to him. Cause I need Daryl's number is what Roshan says. So of course, first thing he does is don't answer your phone. Don't come back today. Don't go home. Because I got to talk to Daryl first, come up with our lie, make sure that this alibi is solid. Because if the police come asking and these stories ain't adding up, they're going to play one guy against the other. Oh, this guy says something about you. What are you going to say on him? Never listen to the cops when they say that your partner says something on you. because 9 times out of 10 they're lying. It looks like Sarah's suffering from, like I said, some kind of mental illness such as depression or anxiety or something. But Simon, he's looking out for her. So he's bringing her money and stuff. And she's like, stop trying to help me. So you can tell she's kind of distancing herself from him. And that's why he said they grew apart. But he still wants to make sure his sister is good. So he's going to do everything he can to look out for her because he knows whatever she's going through is tough. I told y'all in the reporter episode, no matter what's going on, Amiri, he's going to answer that phone. Hey, Pia, yeah, this is what's going on with the investigation. I went up there and talked to Sarah's brother. Yeah, he's a potential suspect. She's like, oh, suspect? Hey, Pia, I'm going to talk to you when I get back to Oakland. Now, if you're looking at this car dirty as hell. Like it's been sitting in storage for a long time. But he just said he drove up from Oakland to Sacramento. Man, that dirt and stuff wouldn't just be sitting on there like that. But he's giving Pia all the information. She might as well be an honorary detective. Back at the Brewer house, we got Matt over here. We got the lawyer. And they're just all sitting around. The kids are saying, yeah, it's like reporters to come and talk to us, Mom. They're weird little kids. And Pia, she's getting frustrated with this because everyone's just over here willy-nilly. She's like, hey, someone killed Nick. We over here having a good time. Let's get focused, people. This isn't a time to just have friends over. No. Now, Simon's talking to Daryl, and he's like, hey, bro, get the story down. We went fishing, and we were catching shad, whatever it is. I'm not a fisher, but he's like, we was catching. He's like, man, I can't do this, Simon. And Simon's like, man, you got to get this right. They know something on us and they chasing after us. So we got to get this right one way or another. And then Daryl says something silly talking about, I can just turn you in, right? Boy, I would have choked him out. And that's why when you commit crimes by yourself, people, so you ain't got to worry about someone else messing up the lie. If you do a crime by yourself, that means there's no witnesses as far as people that were close to you, no inside information that can get leaked out. Do crimes by yourself. Don't do crimes, but if you do a crime, do it by yourself. Don't have a partner. 4 months ago, Daryl and Simon, they're talking in the hallway now. Simon is a drug addict. Every time we see him, he look like he's either coked up, on meth, doing something. He's snorting a little bit. Now, him and Simon are talking. He gets a call from Sarah, and she's crying. So he sprints directly to her house. Forget what Daryl is talking about. I got to go check on my sister. They get to the house. And Sarah has killed herself. Now, being released the transcripts of her talking to whoever Nick was online. And it was, hey, do you know what would happen if you leave me? This is what would happen. She would take her own life. I don't know how Detective Roshan has a job, but the conflict of interest is at an all-time high here. Pia is sitting at the motel waiting for him to pull up with some beer. He's like, how did you find this? Well, it was only 43 motels. I just shifted through all of them. That's a lot of damn work to go to 43 motels or call 43 motels. You had to go there because they're not going to give you any information over the phone. But then again, it is a motel. It's not like an actual hotel. The motel's like, hey man, they paying $49.99 a night. We'll give you any information you need. Now they're going over these profiles and they're like, wait, this isn't adding up and this ain't making sense. And Roshan, he's kind of sitting there like, man, if you just let us do our job, we'll figure it out. But Pia, she's overly aggressive. And if you remember back in the first episode, these two, they actually connected on one of those dating websites. His name was Woody on there. They terrorized him at work and put up all his pictures. Now, Detective Roshan, he doesn't drink. So she's like, oh, well, I want to do something else. He's like, oh, what is that? If you got ass, then you really ain't trying to get into it. But she comes over and she's looking a little mangy and dirty and she tries to kiss him. He's like, hey, yo, whoa, nah, I can't do that. They take me off the case. But really what he was saying is, man, you need a shower because, terrible. But yeah, he can't mess with somebody he's over the case of. Simon's having flashbacks of the good times he had with his sister. But at the same time, he knows he has to shake the spot because the police are on him from Oakland and it ain't looking too good. The biggest story in America at the point, you got to go on a run for it. But he opens up Sarah's diary and Jeremy told me he loves me. Oh, Jeremy. And he's looking like, man, I was trying to keep her ass offline because this is exactly what I thought would happen. She's gullible. She's going to believe anything. Oh, man. So, of course, we got the marijuana plants in the back. You know what I'm saying? He talking about, Mo, you trying to roll up? I'm like, hey, already done. But between y'all and me, I wouldn't be smoking with these two, man. This dude, Daryl, looks like a pure junkie. But he's just reading through some stuff in her journal. And, oh, man. Nick ain't like his wife. And Daryl, he rolling up, man. He probably got some Sherman there. He talking about, yeah, man, that's half the population. Everybody hates their wife. And now they got stuff rolling through their head like, man, we got to get even because this guy really hurt my sister. And that's exactly what they do. We see the van here on the right. We see Nick riding his bicycle. And we see Simon and Rose. Hey, stop. Hey, can we use your cell phone? The van broke down. Now me, I'm like, oh, the van broke down? I wouldn't even stop when they were waving their hand. What am I going to do on a bicycle? And I'm not no mechanic. So when I do ride my bike around here, I got my helmet on. I got my ear things in, my earplugs in. And I'm riding. Somebody, hey, stop. Shit, you kidding me? But he's like, oh, man, I didn't charge my cell phone up today. And Daryl's looking at him like, come on, man, we got to do something. We got to get him. And this is when they stab him with the syringe when he's trying to ride off. Man, I would have just rolled past these people. Simon is on the run. He put together a bag. He's about to hightail up out of here. Now, Detective Roshan pulls up with Sacramento Police Department. Come on, this is the officer from the police department. Could you come down and make a statement? Officer, I respectfully decline. I'm not coming down there. I will come down with a lawyer and make a statement. Especially in this situation. If you kind of feel guilty or something, don't go down there. So Simon, he's like, oh, yeah, sure. Because he's trying to seem like he's calm and actually cooperating with the cops. But he's not. Because things take a little turn. Instead of following the cops, Simon put that thing in reverse. And he hit the he hit the block. I'm talking about. He looks slow as hell. But remember, he took that elevator. So his stamina ain't really where it needs to be. Maybe if he would have smoked a little bit before. But now, Detective Roshan, we're going to see. We're going to see if you really earned that badge or not. If you meet the PT qualifications to chase down a suspect. Now, while the cops are chasing Simon. Oh, wait. Pia, she looking. Hey, man, you're friends with that guy Simon. And he goes up to her. He got a gun on her. And she's like, hey, call the police. He has a gun. He ends up getting hit by a car and she runs off. This lady's over here like, what? He has a gun? Shit, I ain't calling no cops. I'm getting low. 911, this guy got a cop and he's taking a gun. Shit, he got that, man, he just got hit by a car. It's best for everybody to get low. Now, what I will do is call him like, hey, this is the license plate number, but I'm not getting shot. I'll help somebody, but I'm not getting shot or killed for some shit that I ain't into. Y'all can be like, oh, Mo, that's weak. But no, my life is more valuable than a random person. And that's just how I live. Now, I'll call the police, and I rarely ever talk to the police. And actually, I never talk to them. But hey, the license plate number, he kidnapped a girl, but he had a gun. I couldn't do nothing. That's just me. Poor Simon, he ain't make it far. He ended up running into a dead end. And I told you, Detective Amiri, he pulls his gun out on anybody. Oh, 2 little kids in the woods, don't care, gun out. 6 or 7 kids in the wood, don't care, gun out. Simon in a dead end with no weapon on him, don't care, gun out. Pia calls and he ain't where he's supposed to be, don't care, gun out. But they called my boy Simon. But we get the flashback of when they actually caught our boy Nick and they put him inside the van. Now at this point, they got him tied up. We don't have to go over, I died at 5 million views. I abused women. And then the crooked writing that was actually by Daryl saying I killed a woman. But in this situation, Nick is trying to say, hey man, y'all got the wrong person. I don't know your sister, man. He's talking to Simon. But Simon, he's not hearing that. And we know Daryl's a drug addict. So Daryl's like, oh no, you hurt his sister, and that's my friend, so you hurt my friend's sister. And it's looking ugly for him in here. So now they hitting on him. They got him posting up, putting this. And Daryl, he has the gun. So they're like, yeah, you're going to hold this up. And Daryl in his head, man, we're going to get famous off of this, man. We got to do it, man. We got to do it big. And Simon, he's listening to him. But he's like, man, I don't know, man, because it was your picture on there. And at this point, Nick, he has nothing to lose. His life is already in danger. They got a gun. They already pistol whipped him. You just got to, plead your case. So now he's trying to explain to Simon, I didn't touch your sister. I don't know her. But all Simon has is the text messages saying, hey, go ahead, kill yourself. I wouldn't care. So he's like, hey, I really don't know her. Now, Simon, he shows some pictures of her and Nick. But Nick's like, man, look at the water, man. The water ain't even lined up. The horizon ain't even lined up, man. That picture is Photoshopped. That's not me, man. That's a picture of my wife and me, and they Photoshopped her in. So it's looking like Nick is telling the truth. That's not me. That's Photoshop. I've never had a dating app. So this whole time they thinking Nick's out here having an affair with women, and Nick is actually a good guy taking care of his 2 mixed children, making sure his wife is straight, but his wife is out here whoring it out with a co-worker. But Simon, he's listening to Nick, and he can kind of see that he's sincere and is really meaning what he's saying. But Daryl, on the other hand, look at Daryl's face. Daryl ain't playing no games. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I want to hurt somebody. Today, I chose violence. If that was a person, it'd be Daryl. I will say this, though. Simon's first time in an investigation room after being chased down by the cops, he ain't folding. He ain't breaking. He had his rights read to him, and he ain't speaking. He just sitting there like kind of tearing up because he know he messed up, but he ain't speaking. Now, Simon and Nick, they're getting close. And Simon is like, hey, your sister killed herself. My father did also. So he's trying to find something that's relatable to him, but he's trying to let him know that's not me, man. Let's be rational here. And then they look at the pictures and they see that the horizon is up here, goes across, but then it drops down. This is Photoshop. Look, it's all feathered around the hair. Come on, man. I never met your sister. I don't know who Sarah is. And Simon is looking at it. He works at an internet company, so he sees images nonstop. He can tell if something is Photoshop. And he's like, man, this dude might be right. I might have the wrong person. I told y'all about this detective. So he goes out because one of the assistants tells him, hey, she's here. And he's like, all right, we have Simon in there. He isn't really talking right now. And before he talks, he wants to talk to you directly, the sister of Nick. So we're about to just go all off of protocol. The regulations say only officers can be in there to question them. Only lawyers can be in there. But Detective Roshan, we don't play by the books. No. And we in Sacramento. Remember that. So she had to drive all the way up to Sacramento from Oakland. But we don't play by the books. Go on in there and talk to him. See what you can get out of him. Honorary detective, I told y'all. Now, when he gets in there, he's kind of confessing. Yeah, we kidnapped him. Yeah, we did those videos. But I didn't kill him. I had the wrong person. I let him go. And she's looking. She's like, man, I don't know if I can believe you. You did all this other stuff. You whooped on my brother. Mind you, he's already been whooped on. He got the bruised ribs from the fight with Curtis earlier, and he ain't paid that bar tab. But he got pistol whipped a couple times. So now he goes into detail of what actually happened that night. The video hit 5 million views. We know Daryl, he chose violence. He wanted to, get in there, pop, pop, kill him. Now, while they're out there, Nick is in there. He finds some box cutter because he only had one arm taped up. He cuts himself loose, and when they open the door, he kicks Daryl in the face. He starts running. Now, we see Simon. Simon chases after him. He pulls the gun out. Nick is like, hey, man, you let me go. What are you doing? And Simon, he's just thinking about it because he doesn't know if he's telling the truth or he's lying. Did he really help assist kill his sister? Well, make her kill herself. But he actually does let Nick run away because he felt like, man, Nick is right. Everything he's saying is lining up. That wasn't his profile. Those pictures were fake. And he has the knowledge to see that it's fake. So he actually let Simon run away. They end up locking up Simon because he did still kidnap somebody and still whooped on him. But Pia said, hey, I believed him. He didn't kill my brother. Someone else did. So the case still goes on because it wasn't Simon. They got Simon in the holding cell. He laying down on a concrete slab, no mattress, no nothing, just in there. And they let him keep his jacket and stuff. They would have took all that because he could potentially kill himself by strangulation. They would have took his shoelaces. They would have did a lot of stuff. He wouldn't have been sitting in there with this much clothes on, especially for a kidnapping. No. But the last thing we see is the son Ethan is texting somebody, Al 2005. Thank you for being there. And they text back, you can count on me. So we need to figure out who this random person is. There you go, episode 6, The Brother. We covered a lot in this one. But let me know what you guys think. Did you think that Simon committed that crime? Because I was looking at it like, man, he definitely did it, man. He think his sister killed herself because of some dude? Let me know what y'all think. I'm Mouzakis. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got 2 more episodes. Let's get it. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.